Hello everybody, welcome back to SnowRunner, my hard mode playthrough. We are in the Taiga in Big Salmon Peak, picking up pretty much where I left off. Done a couple of things, staging things at the start to get ready. So the last episode I finished at the factory, having delivered some concrete parts. And then I was looking around at where other sources of cement might be, because I'm at least 2 slots of cement shy of what I need. And there's some cement in the warehouse that we unlocked in a previous episode over on this side of the map. So I'm just coming back to the kind of central construction area. I am going to refuel, and so one of the things you can see there is I've moved the Kodiak up, so the fuel bunker is here. Just to me makes sense. So I'm going to refuel the Taiga. I have refueled the Ford. So the fuel bunker, this is the free fuel that I got because of the bug. So I'm down to just over half a tank. And then I'm going to take the Taiga up this mountain trail to this warehouse, and I'm going to grab a trailer full of cement. You can pick up 5 cement from this place, but I also need small pipes, and there are 2 small pipes up there. So I thought that's a perfect opportunity, 4 slots of cargo, to do something I've been promising to do for a while that I think will be a bit of fun. I'm going to pay 3,500, and I'm going to deploy from Michigan, the first time it's left Michigan on my save, the twin steer. I honestly don't know how much I'll use this on this map, because the lack of a crane does limit its capability, but because the Taiga's going up there, this is going to basically go up with the Taiga in convoy, probably with this one leading, and we'll see about getting 9 slots of cargo out of that warehouse in this trip. So it's fully upgraded. No, it's not. It hasn't got the biggest engine in it. I'm going to buy the biggest engine. So that's a bit of a splurge, but I'm going to buy it. I'm going to sell one of the base engines in case I need to swap that big engine out. I'm also going to buy an off-road gearbox for it. So I'm spending a bit of my money that I had reserved for buying something else. Always keep one of the base model just so you can swap out a gearbox if you needed to. Got the raised, it's got the biggest mud tires on at the moment. I should put the chains on, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'm going to put chains on for this map. I'll keep the muds because in other maps I won't want chains. And do I want chains for this map? I'm not entirely sure. I'm not going to pay 22 grand for an advanced heavy, but I do have the engageable all-wheel drive fitted. It's probably worth putting a spare wheel on it, the way I drive. Rooftop fog lights. I always like to have fog lights on a thing. I think I'll pay for that bumper. Sell that one. Stock, so the exhaust is stock. I might want the outrolled, just because it puts the smoke less in your face when you're driving. How much money I'm spending on this. This better be good. And then I'm going to leave it default color, I think. Do I repair it? It's got a bit of bodywork. Not paying 5,000 to repair it. No, thank you. It can stay beaten up. Leave garage. It is quite beaten up though, because I've never repaired it since I recovered it, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know how, you know, I've got mixed opinions in comments about this truck. Some people are like, don't bother, it's not worth it. Other people think it's the bee's knees. I want to try it for myself. And then whatever happens, half of the community will be able to say, I told you so. Feels good to give it a try though. What's my fuel situation? It's pretty much full. That's good. It's quite a smooth, quiet sounding engine. I possibly should have swapped the engine. I think this engine is compatible with the Cat and others. So I've probably got the big engine that I just paid 22 grand for on this. I've probably got one on another vehicle. The first of several 30-point turns to do a corner. Yeah, I've probably got an engine that I could have used, but if I end up using this a lot, then fine. So this is going to try and pick up 2 lots of small pipes, which I think are 2 slots each. And then the Taiga is going to have 5 slots of cement to take down to the concrete factory. And then we'll do some more concrete production and delivery for the factory missions. And I think certainly for the way up the hill, I'll tow the Taiga. Let this lead, give me a chance to drive it. Dark, unfortunately, but it'll pass. Used a bit of fuel on there, I may as well top it up out of the Ford and then get the Taiga on a rope. Start Taiga's engine and let's go. I've got waypoints, but I pretty much know where I'm going up here. Taiga's on a pretty short rope, but that might be alright. Means it can give me a push if needed. No, it is going to want to stay in dip lock. So I've been thinking about my heavy truck choices. And I'm really tempted to try and get the Tatra Force. But I know it's going to be probably more than 1 episode's worth of special expedition to do that. And I don't know. I also don't really want to take any trucks off this map, because if it ends up being more than 1 episode, I don't want to leave myself without the key trucks that I would use on that rescue. I also want here, and I wouldn't want to do back-to-back special expeditions. It might be like 1 a week. If I end up doing 2 or 3 episodes to get that Tatra Force, I wouldn't do them 3 in a row, is what I'm saying. I probably would just spread them over 2 or 3 weeks and do one, like a Saturday video could be special expedition each week. So I'm not ready to commit to that yet. Unless I try and do it with trucks that are currently in storage and not in use. But trucks that are in storage and not in use tend to be in storage because they're not as strong as the trucks that I've got on this map now. So I'm a bit undecided at the moment on what to do. But I do quite fancy the Tatra Force, partly because it's free. And I'm an owner-operator, right? So if I can get a free truck, why wouldn't I, rather than paying? Partly because it's quite capable in terms of the options you can fit to it. The Colobs are great, but no chains and only using a high saddle makes them very specialised, whereas the Force, I think, is a little bit more of a generalised vehicle. I'm pretty sure it can have chains, and I know it can have other add-ons than just a high saddle. Right. Disconnect and let the Tiger do its thing. Get this out of the way for a minute so the Tiger's got room to manoeuvre. Engine off. So that used nearly half a tank getting up that hill. It's not very promising, is it? I know I was gunning it the whole way, but I was going up a big snowy bank, so I don't know that there was that much choice. Cement onto the loading platform. Try and get this one on the back. Once I've unloaded the 5 cement and the 2 small pipes, I will have 10 metal rolls here to make use of if I want to. And I dare say I will want to, but because this isn't a bad little warehouse to get to. I'll do. I'll do. Right, that's all of the cement out of the loading bay. So chuck this one on the trailer, and that's the cement exhausted from this supply. I'm going to rely on auto pack to just work for me. I'm going to change and see if I can reach the twin steer from here. If I park across the nose of the Tiger, maybe I'll be able to load these pipes on. I don't know if I'll be able to reach, but I'm going to try it. I'll just move forward so I'm touching. Cargo, small pipes, 2. The one on the loading bay. Crane. So these are an anomaly in terms of the crafting stuff on this map, and it makes sense, but like for metal beams and for concrete, you use 2 slots worth of product to produce 2 slots worth of cargo. That makes sense? So concrete blocks are 1 slot cargo and you use 1 cement to make them. Whereas concrete slabs are 2 slot cargo and you use 2 cement to make them. So basically it's a direct slot for slot comparison. Whereas for pipes, medium pipes and small pipes are both 2 slot cargo. But small pipes use 1 metal roll. Whereas medium pipes use 2 metal rolls. And it makes sense. But yeah, just something to bear in mind if you're doing this. That's the last of the 2 small pipes. So that won't reach to go on, so I'm going to rely on the packing trick as well on this one. Put it on top of there. Let also pack deal with it for me. Mostly in the interest of flow, getting the episode going so I don't spend half an episode just doing crane work. So, install the crane. Change into the twin steer. Pack cargo. And move the twin steer out of the way. And I'm going to lead with the twin steer on the way down as well, just so I've got a bit more view of that cargo and how stable it is or isn't. The Tager's cargo, because it's in this sideboard bed, and even if it tips and unpacks a bit, it's hopefully not going to fall out. Oh, what did you? Whoa. Thanks, physics. You see that? I'll do a little replay. Save you having to rewind. My cargo just flew out. The physics engine just glitched and said, you know, out, eject, eject. Attach the trailer. Not comfortable with fuel at the moment. Let's just get that back in. That was funny. Store the crane, pack the cargo, we're done. 5 slots of cement loaded. There's going to be challenges with this, partly fuel. Have I got enough to get back without a rescue? And partly, I don't want to drop the pipes off this twin steer. And I don't want to get the Tager stuck on a tree. I never wanted to get rid of this twin steer. It's one of the few trucks that I've not used for a long time, but I was always going to keep it because it's unique. It's the only 4-slot rigid in the game, and I only really try to sell a truck if I think there's something else in my fleet that can do the same thing better, and there's nothing else can do what this thing can do. That said, the lack of a crane for my choices of how I play hard mode is quite restrictive, so I don't know. That's the Tager's trailer caught on a bit of a hump in the ground. That wasn't that stuck though. Strange. Nope. You know what? I am just going to get myself out. I'll drive them one at a time, but it doesn't bode well for using them in a convoy, does it? I'm asking a lot, I know that, but like I know the Grad and the Phoenix, even with one of them having a trailer to carry the same amount of cargo, would have pulled up out that hill no problem. I might have to prove that now. I'll go back in there for metal rolls, haven't I? Let's get the Tiger up to the same point now that we're on the flat. Well, I know it said descent, but I'm going to put the Tiger in front. As wide as I can on that corner. No, 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 no. There you go. It's dropped its load. Which is the problem for any truck that doesn't have a crane. I know I should have been... Yeah, alright, okay, whatever. I should have been driving it, right? But I don't know. The jury's out. It'll have its uses for road deliveries if it's fuel efficient enough to do that. But off-road... Is it too risky? I think it's too risky. Because I'm going to have to go back up there now with a crane. Now I'll have to go up there for metal rolls anyway. So we'll be up there with a crane vehicle. Probably this one again. But now I've got to reload those small pipes. And it's just a choice of what's the most efficient option. If you were multiplayer and you had a person driving each truck, it would be a different matter. But when you're trying to tow one of them, they both need to be rock solid. But it probably would have been less risky on that descent to be driving the twin steer and towing the sideboard trailer. Because the cement probably wouldn't have tipped out there, they'd have probably unpacked. But got back on its wheels and repacked easily. Engine off. Let's just refuel. We used a lot of fuel going up in there. I need to switch vehicle. Right, now, for my own interest, what's going on with that twin steer? We've got a quarter of a tank of fuel left. It's on its roof, so it's not just tipped, it's rolled right over. Okay, I will get that back on its wheels next time I am in that area. I'm not doing a special trip. Next time I go up there to get some metal rolls, I will have a go at pulling that. That's good. That's a big heavy truck to get back on its wheels. I'll do that in a future episode. Tiger, in the meantime, can push on to get these cement delivered and get some more concrete work done. And I think in future I'll keep the twin steer for road work. If I've just got to move cabins between areas or something like that. Still trying to work out viable gears, but I think mid crawler is the best option for this incline. Low crawler for the other side of it. Nice big arrow on that sign saying Atlay, go this way. So in the real world now you'd be in a low gear to come down here. You wouldn't come down this in auto or high. In this game, engine braking is overpowered. So like I'm coming down a fairly steep descent there in auto. Didn't hit the brakes at all. Took the throttle off and the auto gearbox engine brake worked. No, this is the steepest bit, isn't it? Right here as well. Yeah, that would definitely be, in fact I'm not even comfortable experimenting with that. That's the game would probably be totally fine because the game's quite forgiving of braking downhill. But yeah, you wouldn't do that in auto in a real truck with this load on, or you shouldn't. Right then, cement works. What have you got for me? Let's put some... let's deposit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then... I need 2 more concrete blocks for reservoirs. But I'll need a total of 3 slabs for factory main block. So I need to craft up I'm going to do 2 slabs and 2 blocks again. That leaves me with 9 cement left. Right, so let's get that loaded. Just move the Tega trailer into a loading position. Try and turn it. Try and get the same loading position as last time. Right to the platform. That'll be tight enough, I think. That's trailer. Let's get one of the slabs, 2 slabs first onto the loading platform. I'm going to do the same thing. Going to load 6 slots worth and have a double stack block. Worked alright last time. Right, just get the last one loose on top and take it back to the factory. Right, so what's my fuel like? Pretty good. I think I can get to the factory and back. Probably will only do the 1 delivery. I don't think I'll come. Well, I might do another round. See how this delivery goes. Alright, let's just get this into mid-crawler now and see if mid-crawler can get it all the way up. Yep, no problem. So the question is, would the Kolob without chains pull anything up that hill? And I know the comment of putting a couple of side wheels into the snow gives you some grip, but that's a pretty steep hill to be trying to come up without chains on, I think. And I've still got reservoirs activated, which means I need to drop 2 blocks. Engine off. Cargo. So there's 1 block. 1 more block needed. Unpack and repack. Cargo. Done. So that's all the concrete for that one finished. 4 blocks and 2 slabs complete. Then it needs small pipes and metal beams. And there are 2 lots of metal beams on the way to the concrete factory. Now let's just have a look at factory main block. Start tracking. So this needs 3 slabs, no concrete blocks. And that's to the unloading zone behind me. So I need 3 slabs and I've got 2 on me. That's why I've got 2 on me, because my little spreadsheet told me that's what I needed. I've just lost audio. Why have I lost audio? I'm going to restart the client, get my sound back. So that's going to probably make the daylight alter. Right, we are back. That was not actually a game issue. I restarted the game client, but it wasn't that. It was the OBS had frozen up. Or maybe the opposite. OBS had overheated. I am going to have a continuity issue here, because it is now full dark in the game. And it's a little bit later in the day for me, because I've let my MacBook cool down a little bit. My MacBook was running pretty hot with OBS. It's another... The heat wave is kind of over in the UK, really. But it's another day where it's a bit warm to be doing what I'm doing. So yeah, my MacBook overheated basically, and OBS crashed on me. Although it was still recording from the footage I can see, so I think it's okay. Factory main block, continuity error. I can't remember exactly what I said at the end of the last one. So factory main block requires 3 slabs, and I've got 2 on board. Let's get those 2 delivered. And then I am going to back out. Let's turn the lights on. They don't help going backwards, unfortunately, but maybe I'll turn around. Maybe it's easier to turn around than it is. At least I can see what I'm doing then. Apart from janky cameras. And then I am going to head back down to the concrete construction area and pick up some more cargo. And I think for the empty leg of this journey, I will just cut to the construction zone. So I'll see you guys there. Alright, we're at the concrete plant. Fairly quick trip, really. Not worth cutting, but I did it. As you can see, the Phoenix is here, and while I was waiting to make sure OBS was going to record, I just moved off cam, moved the fuel and the Phoenix out of the warehouse to put the fuel on the route back to the factories, as I said previously I was going to do. And then the Phoenix in here and just parked it up as a loading crane, just to make this bit a bit more efficient. So looking at my spreadsheet, I reckon I'll be able to basically, this load, it'll be 6 slots of cargo again, but this load should get the concrete phase of Big Salmon Peak finished. Should be quite nice to achieve. I don't want to be a bit... I'll probably want to be a bit tighter there, don't I? Save that crane having to stretch too far. That's more like it. Engine off, switching to the crane. And then, so I need one more slab for main block factory. And then I think I need 4 blocks. So crafting. Slab 1. Then I need 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. And then that leaves me with 3 cement. I know I need some blocks and slabs in Flooded Foothills, but I don't think I need any more in this map. So therefore, those 3 slots of cement I'll use for whatever's needed to take to Flooded Foothills from here. But I haven't looked at that map to work out what I need yet. So let's get the slab on first. More powerful crane, longer reach on it, it'd be easier. Get that packed, and then I'll stick the other one on the top. So I'm taking 6 at a time anyway. The question is, if I had a 6-slot combo, like the 73-210 and a 4-slot trailer, would I then be putting 7 and 8 slots on? Because that's not totally unreasonable. Let's restore the crane and then change over. There you go. Leave the Phoenix there. Although I don't think... So I've got 3 slots of cement to use up. I'll work out what to do with them before the next episode. Because if there's... I may as well craft them into blocks. I can see from my side monitor that I need a total of 12 blocks on Flooded Foothills. So unless that's a resource you can get for free, as in unlimited supplies, I may as well craft them here, take them through. I'm just going to fill up. I filled up on the way in, so it's not... I don't really need to, but I'm going to do it anyway. Partly to highlight that's where I've left the fuel trailer for now. Opposite these metal beams, which I also need to pick up when I've got some cargo space, but not today. Lost track a little bit of the duration of the episode now because of that crash. Let's see if Crawler High can cope with a rolling start. Brilliant terrain though, isn't it? The way these roads weave over and around and through the mountain areas. Still my favourite map by far. Yeah, so with a rolling start, the Tayga can pull over there with 6 slots of cargo on. In high-low, no problem. And then can probably cope with high for the remainder of the journey. Right, so this is factory main block. And it needs one slab delivering. And that's all of its slabs. Then it needs bricks, metal beams, more small pipes. Unpack, repack. That should now be 4 good slots of blocks. And factory sewage treatment. Billboard, deliver these 4. So keep an eye on what that back gate out is, because that might be useful to get back to the other site without coming all the way around the road. Engine off. Cargo blocks 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that needs metal beams, medium pipes, and bricks. I don't think there's an unlimited supply of bricks. I think for bricks I will end up going around the map and picking them up from all over the place. I don't think there's a convenient place to get bricks, but I will look into that before I do anything. So that, notwithstanding we had a little bit of a glitch in the middle of it that's affected the footage for me, is quite a good bit of progress. We are now concrete complete for Big Salmon Peak. All of the blocks, all of the slabs are all finished, delivered, done. All 3 factory tasks have their concrete requirements met. So I'm going to wrap this episode here. Hope you enjoyed it. Apologies for the glitch in the middle again. My laptop overheated. I'll have to be careful about that when I'm recording at the wrong time of day. I'll work out what to do in the next episode. I look forward to see you in the next episode. In the meantime, thanks and goodbye.